Have you ever looked at a grapefruit and said, why on earth is this called a grapefruit in English? Well, that happened to me this morning, and so I looked into it, and I want to share a little bit about that with you today. And of course, as always, I would like to draw the card of the day from the Life's Potluck Buffet card deck, which I will do shortly after I talk to you a little bit about grapefruits. So stick around for Life's Potluck Buffet. I'm John Paulus. Thanks for joining me today. So I'll begin with grapefruits. Now, if they don't look like grapes. And I don't really buy the business of like, when you see grapefruits on the tree, it looks like a bunch of grapes. To me, that sounds a little bit like ridiculous. So I have a feeling that etymology, is just someone trying to explain why on earth we call this a grapefruit. I saw there was an old 1800s English commentary on the word grapefruit that said it's because it tastes like grapes. I don't know what grapes that person was eating, but doesn't seem like, there is a grapefruit. It's called the grape in English. So I don't know why it would like, oh, well, this also tastes like grapes. It's a grapefruit. Oh, that doesn't help. So I kind of ruled that out. And then I decided, what I would do is I would look into a little bit more of the word for grapefruit in other languages. So, for example, in Italian, it's a pompelmo. You probably know that if you ever get the San Pellegrino grapefruit sodas, which are quite good. Don't worry, San Pellegrino is not sponsoring this broadcast. But if anybody from San Pellegrino is listening and they want to sponsor one, I will promise to do a less lukewarm job next time with like, it's pretty good, That's good. You can tell I'm not, okay. Let's just hope that people like low-key, lo-fi advertising. Then maybe that will help San Pellegrino if I just say, oh, well, it's kind of good to just buy it if you see it. Okay, so the word in other languages that I looked at was like the French word pamplemousse. Did I do okay there? I looked it up in the French etymological dictionary, and that has an entry about how it's maybe borrowed from Dutch. The Dutch word for grapefruit is pamplemousse. Pamplemousse, I don't know, that sounded Russian. Pamplemousse, which, by the way, the Russian word for grapefruit, I think, is grapefruit. Or like grapefruit. I think that's closer. So pamplemousse, the Dutch word that I know, I apologize to all people in the Netherlands for butchering that. But that's apparently where the French dictionary thinks that the word comes from. And then the Dutch guy, who I think it's a guy, who wrote an etymological dictionary in Dutch about 50 years ago, apparently thinks it comes from the Tamil word. But the word for Tamil words, but I don't know where he got that also, because I looked up the Tamil word for grapefruit and it's Darachi Palem or something like that. Again, if you speak Tamil, please let me know what the word for grapefruit is for sure. That was a quick look up. I don't know. Maybe it resembles pamplemousse more than that or something, or maybe I don't know. Anyway. So all of this goes back to the fact that the idea was that, and I think this is just people trying to kind of figure out, like kind of reason out why it's called grapefruit, is that it would the Latin name, like the scientific name is either Citrus maxima or Citrus grandis, which both means like great citrus or large citron, you get the idea, large lemon. And so like they started to like come up with ways in which, you can make up a word in maybe Tamil that means big lemon, and then somewhere where there was interaction between Dutch and Tamil speakers, there was this idea that this is what we call this thing. And maybe it was the pomelo, or the the larger version of not the grapefruit that we think of in the U.S., but there's like an original version of the grapefruit that's the before it was mixed with oranges and stuff, so that it is. Oh, by the way, the word in a lot of Spanish dialects and also Portuguese dialects is like toranja in Spanish or toranja in Portuguese. How do you like that? Tell me if I did okay there. So that's a whole different story. I think that those versions of uh, grapefruit might come from an Arabic word that was borrowed in Spanish and Portuguese. Anyhow, so the idea behind the citrus maxima thing that I was telling you about is that all of these words like pompelmo and pamplemousse and pamplemousse are all some sort of like version of maybe a Tamil word for the great lemon, or the citrus maxima. And so there are some people who think that grapefruit actually was great fruit, which sure, why not? So maybe from now on I'll just call it a grapefruit. Oh, are you having grapefruit? Would you like some grapefruit juice? I like that, actually. Maybe we can have a campaign to change the grapefruit to the grapefruit, and then it'll make more sense to all of us. Okay, so that's the story of grapefruit, or excuse me, of grapefruit. And here's the card for today. I'm going to do 3 quick shuffles of the deck, all 55 Life's Potluck Buffet cards. And then I'm going to do a final shuffle, the Great Shuffle, or Grape Shuffle, as we call it. All right. And we'll find out where the break is for today, and we'll pick the card. And that is card 18. Know what you do unconsciously. Consider what choices you make when you are not thinking, when you're simply compelled to make a choice. Start by thinking of a little thing. For example, if you're playing a game and must choose a game piece from a group of different objects, which do you choose and why? All right. So think about that today. What are the little choices? I have to say, I made a little choice the other day. I bought a lip balm, and I chose, of the many flavors that were offered, I chose pink grapefruit, or as I would say now, pink grapefruit. So think about those little choices you make, why you make them, and what that means for you. So I guess in this case with the grapefruit, I was traveling, so I was kind of thinking about, how you get, maybe a breakfast that has a grapefruit sometimes in hotels, or maybe grapefruit juice. I guess I had that on my mind. Anyway, so think about that and then see how that connects to your life and why, and you'll learn something interesting about yourself, I guarantee. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Life's Potluck Buffet. Oh, I missed my chance. I should have said I hope you have a grape rest of your day, because now I'm just going to I'm going to take everything that has grape in it and make it great, and everything that has grape in it make it grape. So have a grape one.